is this like our first date?
First date?
Yeah.
I think we're just hanging out.
What's the difference?
Nothing, I guess.
Ooh, what can that mean? Well, you will find out by watching the motion picture Stay. It is an independent film that was made in Japan, but it does have a Saskatoon connection, and that connection is with us today. Christopher Rathbone, originally from Saskatoon, but now living in Japan, and has for a while. So first of all, may I say Ohio?
Ohio gozaimasu.
Yes. Thank you. Now, just a morning greeting, because obviously it is morning there. We appreciate you getting up to speak with us today. Tell us, first of all, you are the executive producer on Stay. And before we talk any more about the movie, what does that mean? A lot of people hear that title and they don't know, well, what's the executive producer do?
Well, in my case, it involves, getting the financing together for the movie. We had to actually, in the end, we were doing crowdfunding, which went very well, and also the promotion. And I've given some advice on some legal aspects of the film.
Well, it's interesting you brought up the legal side of things, because executive producing films isn't your raison d'etre, or maybe it will be, but it isn't the main thing you do. You are a lawyer, a translator, a law prof, and you've been doing this in Japan for how long now?
Well, I guess all those roles together, it's been about 10 years, and since I graduated from Hokkaido University with an LLM shortly after I finished my my law degree from the University of Saskatchewan. Get my Saskatchewan plug in there.
Okay.
So I have good Saskatchewan credentials, I believe.
Oh yes, you most certainly do. So, some we may not have time to get into. But anyhow, let's talk a little bit about Stay. So as a lawyer and a professor and a translator, how did you get involved with this film project?
Well, I met the director, Darryl Wharton-Rigby, and, for various reasons. And then he showed me his film, and I was just really knocked out by it, because it's very difficult to film in Tokyo. The Tokyo government is not cooperative like New York with making films. And he did this guerrilla style. So he was out there with a small camera, the black magic camera, and he caught some really great scenes of Tokyo, if nothing else, but it's a great story too.
And I'll say a romantic drama. Is that fair to say, to put it into that category? Now, interesting too, when people say, oh, it's a film from Japan, obviously I'm going to be dealing with a lot of subtitles, but your main characters, even though one of them is Japanese, mostly English dialogue.
It's about 60-40. Okay. There is Japanese dialogue in it. It's all subtitled, so, but which, I guess frustrates both sides, but there you go. Japanese are very used to the subtitles. They see most films with subtitles, sometimes dubbed, but usually they like to see it with the subtitle.
So one of the things you were saying about this film and what you liked about it was the fascinating view of Tokyo that it gives, and I would think, from what I've seen, it's a look that a lot of people don't normally see. It's not just the Ginza and some usual tourist shots. These are some really interesting images of Tokyo.
Yes, it's some local areas plus. There's the Tsukiji fish market, which is now actually moved, but and the Asakusa, and there's, I think, within the Tokyo Dome area, and there's within a kind of local neighborhood in Tokyo. And I think the interesting thing, if you compare it to a movie, let's say like Lost in Translation, there's some really great shots of Tokyo in Lost in Translation, but most of it is shot on a sound stage. Most of it is not in actually in Tokyo. This is all in Tokyo. And there's not so many, there's some indoor scenes, but there's a lot of outdoor. So you can really get I think this is a film where you can really get the feel of Tokyo. In that way, it's very groundbreaking, because most foreign films, it's kind of limited, and then some are just patently bizarre, like Black Rain from the 80s, I guess.
Now, this film came to you in so many respects, but now that you've had your taste of, being involved in a production as the executive producer, does this mean that this is going to maybe be something you pursue for other films down the road?
Well, we're looking to make a film that will be mostly shot in Sapporo. That's our next project. It's called Polaris, the North Star.
Where can people in Saskatchewan, in Canada, see Stay?
Well, people in Canada are very lucky because they can see it for free on Tubi.
Okay, all right, okay, fair enough then.
The only place that we're allowing it to be shown on Tubi. And in the rest of the world, if you're in the US, it's on Amazon, and also on Amazon in Japan and the UK.
You've come a long way from being a server at the Parkland Hotel in Dorntosh, Saskatchewan. So we'll just leave it at that.
I knew you were going to do something like that.
I had to. Anyhow, great talking to you. Congratulations on the film.
Thank
Hopefully
you.
we talk to you soon. Enjoy the holiday season. I hope you and your family are staying safe. And I'll just simply say, for doing this, domo arigato.
Domo arigato.